You're going through a season. You're in a phase of your life where you continue to backpedal. When you are making great efforts, when you're doing really great, when you're improving your mindset, your behavior, your habits, your environment, and your thought patterns. But all of a sudden, you backpedal. You take a giant leap back, but you don't. That's just what you think you're doing. In actuality, it's like a pawn on a chessboard. You move forward and you can never move backward. You might make the wrong move, but you will never move backwards. You can only move forwards. So until you start to make the right decision or get back on the path that you're trying to lead and get onto, then you'll start moving again. And you won't criticize yourself for making the wrong decision or the wrong behaviors or the wrong thoughts or the wrong anything. Now, it's understandable to fall back into old patterns, old habits, old mindsets, old environments, old people and relationships. But that's not for you anymore. You're past this, or you're growing past this. This point of bettering yourself, of being a different person, of changing your mindset, of changing your behaviors. And all you're doing is making small habits that will affect your future. Now, the future is, I believe, to be a misconstrued word, or it's misleading. And the reason I say that is because there is no difference between your present and your future. When I say that, if you want to have a better future, let's say you're saying to yourself all the time, or at all, hey, I want to be this. I wish I could do that. I wish I could be this. I wish this happened instead. All you're basically telling yourself is that you aren't that yet, that you aren't what you're striving to be, that you aren't what you wish to be, and that you aren't what you're trying to be. When you start changing your mindset and turning it into your future self, as in you thinking as your future self, you become your future self in the present. That's why I say there is no difference between present and future. They are the same. If you start doing something today that your future self would be doing in the future or on that day, then you are your future self. Let's say you want to get a nice physique from exercising, then you're going to start exercising. Now the goal is to have a nice physique. Now if you imagine yourself or put yourself in the mindset of your future self, saying, what does that person do on a daily basis? What is that person doing to get what I desire, or what that person has, which is the nice physique? Then you start doing those same patterns and behaviors, even if it's small. You don't need to do the whole thing because you're not there yet. But if you put yourself in the mindset that you're there, or in the mindset of behaviors, patterns, and thoughts, that you are it and that you are doing it as your future self, then you become your future. And that's why it's important to understand that you are in control of your future, of your destiny, of your present. When you start to understand that it's all a mental game, it's all in your mental state, you can change it. Now, nothing can affect you that you don't allow it. If you're not ready to change, then you won't change. And that's just fact. You are very powerful, and your mind is very powerful. It takes in whatever you digest. If you decide today that I'm beautiful, then it will think for that day you are beautiful. But if tomorrow you think I'm ugly, well then tomorrow you will be ugly. Not because you changed physically, but because your mindset changed about it, and it believes it because you tell yourself these things. If you're going to start on this path, you have to continue taking those steps of growth, which you're already doing. You were led to this video because you are on the path. You are doing well. You may have fallen, and that's okay. I'm here to tell you that you can pick yourself back up. It's not the amount of times that you fall, it's the amount of times that you get back up. Because you can fall into your old habits. You can fall into your old environment, your old relationships, your old thought patterns. But it's not the point that you fell in the first place. The point is that you got back up, that you got back on the horse, and that you decided to keep striving for better, for success, for abundance, for whatever that looks like to you. If you decide to stay in that rut, if you decide to stay in that hole that you dug yourself into, or that you're starting to dig yourself into, then that's on you. Your future will pick back up when you decide to start picking it back up. Let's say you, for an example, a pencil is your future. The moment you drop it, you no longer are in control of your future in the way that you wish to be, for this example. Now you can go walk around, you can do other things, you can backpedal, whatever you want to call it, but the pencil is still right there on the floor, and the moment you pick it back up, you have the pencil again. So it's not about where you left off on, how far you've gone, how many times you fell, how many times you dropped the pencil. It's about just picking it back up, just getting back on the horse, trying again, staying consistent, and being authentic. In order for you to do these things, you should start by doing small exercises, especially when you think that you're not on the right path anymore, because that's really all on your own. We're all on a different journey, and you have something different in your mind than I have something different in my mind when it comes to being a better me or having a better future. One or a couple exercises is writing down what you're thinking about, your emotions or your thought patterns about a specific scenario that you're having. Another one, which I really like, is a voice memo or a recording of yourself where you can just speak freely. The best part that I love about it is the fact that there is no judgment and there is nothing to inhibit my thought flow. I can say whatever I like. It doesn't need to be in order. It doesn't need to have a set rhythm. Just whatever comes to mind, I just speak. And that helps me because when I look back on it or when I go over that video, I'm able to see my mindset, the way I was thinking, the thoughts I was having, the emotions I was feeling, and I can actually learn from it. I can grow from it. Same thing with writing down. Same thing with any form of expression that doesn't inhibit your thought, that doesn't inhibit your emotion, and that lets you be freely as you are. When you do those things, you allow your mind to be safe and centered and present in yourself. The best part about these exercises is that you bring power back to yourself and you remind yourself of why you even did this in the first place, of why you're doing this in the first place. Just because you do the exercises, though, it doesn't mean that you're automatically going to get back on the horse, because you're not. These are just meant to bring awareness to where you are on a day-to-day basis or on a phase-to-phase basis or season-to-season basis, so you understand, hey, I'm actually better than what I was. Now, the phases or seasons that you go through where you start to fall into the pit, it could be a day, it could be a week, it could be a year. No matter how long it takes, as long as you get back up, you will be fine. The reason I say this is because your future is already here. If you're trying to be somebody that you don't believe that you are, all you have to do is remember who you are. That's not saying, oh yeah, yesterday I was this person and today I'm not. Let me remember who I was yesterday. It's saying that you are that person at all times. It doesn't matter what you're going through or what you're stuck at, what pebble you tripped over. It's the fact that you're still walking, you're still continuing to go on this path because, I just lost my train of thought. That's right. Because you are still moving. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be skipping, you could be walking sideways, but you're still moving. And when you start to just take this next step forward, no matter how small, no matter how big, whatever that means to you in your life and what you're doing to be better at, to be more successful, more healthy, more abundant, more happy. I don't know if I said that already, but more happy. Then that's up to you. When you start to implement these exercises and change your mindset, you're changing your perception of reality, because whatever you perceive is your reality. and whatever is your reality is your future. I have a great example. Back when I was in school, grade school, I had a friend or a person that I knew, and I hung around with them all the time because that's all that I knew that I had. I didn't have anyone else because I like to keep my circle small. At the time, I didn't have good, healthy habits, nor did I have any confidence or any type of awareness of my mindset and the way that I can affect myself and have others affect me for it. This person would constantly tell me I'm ugly, and I believed it, not just because this person told me I was ugly, but because I believed that I was ugly. Now, flip of the coin, there was a person in that same friend group. A person in that same friend group that was being told the same exact thing by this person. Oh, you're ugly. And then one day, one morning of no significance at all, he started saying he's cute. Now why? Because someone he valued as a reliable source of input or thought, someone that he cherished, said that he's cute. It was probably a girl or something, but he's like, nah, I'm cute. Nah, I'm cute. And he kept rebutting with that phrase, nah, I'm cute. Nah, actually, I'm cute. Nah, I'm cute. And what else could that guy do, that person I knew, do except back off? Because that third person, the person who kept saying he's cute, changed his reality, his perception of life. Maybe he was unattractive, but it wasn't about whether he was unattractive or not physically. It was his mindset about it. He decided to think and start thinking, no matter the reason why, is that he is attractive. He is desirable. And no one can tell him differently because he's choosing not for no one to tell him differently. No one else can change his mindset about these things because he decided to put his foot down and change his perception of life, of reality, and of himself. This is why we do it. We don't do it for outside input because it's hard. You need to have a strong mind and start strengthening your values and opinions of yourself so that no one else can come into your life just randomly and just tear it all down. Just change your mindset and just change the way you perceive reality. If you value others' opinions more than your own, then they are in control of your life. They are in control of your perception, and they are in control of your thoughts and emotions. No matter what, it doesn't matter if you feel differently. It doesn't matter if you think differently. If you allow it, it's because you believe it in some small way. And that comes with growing, and it comes with experience, and it comes with getting back up on that horse, getting back on the right track. When you start to do that, it starts to get easier to be on the right path and to be growing, to be of value to yourself. When you start changing your perception of reality, you change others' perception of you. Like I said, that third person kept saying that he was cute. And whether I believed it or not that I was attracted to him, but I started believing that he's cute. Not because I thought he was, but because he kept saying he was. So I'm like, whoa, he must be cute then, huh? I mean, someone told it to him. Someone changed his reality. Someone changed his perception, his perspective. So he's just cute now. I can't say otherwise because he doesn't say otherwise. It's okay to backpedal. It's okay to fall off the horse. It's okay to never get back on. But at some point, it doesn't matter if you do or don't. You will be forced to do it through growth, through lessons, through trauma, through experience, through joy, through anything and everything in life. Because you will always be reminded at every threshold, every experience of your life that you are on the wrong path, or that you are on the right path, or that you need to get back on the right path, or that you need to get back on the path that you choose for yourself. Every moment, every situation, life will challenge you, will challenge your experiences, will challenge your thoughts, will challenge your emotions, will see where you are with yourself. It doesn't matter. Like any situation, any person, every person that you know is challenging you at a deeper level. Even if they don't even know it, if it's subconscious, their subconscious is attacking your subconscious to see where you are and how well you know yourself. And in order to combat that, you need to start investing in yourself, realizing self-awareness, understanding with clarity, discernment, intuition, wisdom that you gain over time, that you gain over situations and experience. Life, or the past, is life's greatest lesson. And it's not to hinder us or to remind us of the pain and trauma and hurt and any emotion, sadness that we go through and overcome. It's to remind us that we don't have to experience that again if we don't want to. We don't have to do these things again if we don't want to, because you are in control of it. You are in control of your thoughts. You are in control of your mind. You are in control of your emotions, behaviors, and thoughts, the lead up, everything. You're in control of others' opinion of you. Relatively speaking, when you decide that you're on the path of growth and that you're going to continue to strive for what's best for you, at your best interest, at your best experience, you're going to notice change internally. You're going to notice happiness internally. There's a difference between happiness and contentment, and a lot of people chase happiness, but what you should really be doing is be content. Content is internalized happiness, and happiness is external happiness. There's a difference because one is a reaction and one is an internal knowing or internal peace. So, if you're on this path, or if you're continuing to strive for more and better, well, then I'm here to tell you you're on the right path. It doesn't matter if you just started, if you're thinking about starting, or if you even haven't started. It's time to start. You are on the path that you've chosen for yourself, and this is the moment that you need to seize, the present time, so that your future self can look back on yesterday and be proud of what you did. Because there is no difference between your future self and your present self. Thank you for joining me. My name is Augustin, and this is Just For Clarity.